Hello YouTube, I am back with yet another little guitar video. I'm just dropping a quick one in here between editing my other videos. Just gonna do this one live, just bam, knock it out of the park. You probably noticed I've got a totally fucking bullshit clickbait title up there. And yeah, fuck it, I just thought why not? Let's annoy some people. It's not quite what it seems, but I'll go into it in a minute. Like, people are probably thinking, okay, look, you said in your other video why you should never buy cheap Chinese guitars. So, tell us more, you fucking hypocrite. And I will. There's a reason. And why you should maybe buy cheap Chinese neck. And basically, I'm building a guitar. So this is for people who are building one from scratch, or have some parts and shit like that, but mainly if you're going to be building a body. Now, I've been building a body myself. I've got pretty far with it. I've got to the point now, some of my newer videos I'll be uploading soon when I've edited them are going to show you where I've got to, and I'm pretty happy with it. But I'm one of them people who likes results, and I think it's good that if you've got any project that you're learning new things, that you get results, and that spurs you on to do greater things, rather than simply just languishing on a project for months and months. And it's very slow going for me, this. I'm not a patient person. But I've got to this point. So my reasoning is that, you know, a pre-built neck is a good way to get those results quickly if you're doing a bolt-on neck. If you're doing a fixed neck, you're fucked. Sorry, never mind. But I would probably recommend doing a bolt-on neck as your first build, because you can do this. And so what I've done, instead of like building a neck, which is going to cost me a lot in tools, it already costs a lot if you don't already have the tools available to do it. And there's a few specialist ones in there and a lot of parts and stuff like that. It can get very expensive very quickly. And I'm getting to the point where, like, you know, I'm going to have to back off on the spending a little. So in a way, this gets me some results. So here it is. I've bought a cheap Chinese neck. And this is cheapest. It's one of the cheapest ones on eBay. This was like £26 delivered. It seemed to get through customs without any extra charges. You maybe have to be prepared to pay those depending on where you are, what your kind of country's laws are, how much of a twat the guys working at customs are. So bear that in mind. So it could have been anything up to maybe £35–40 at the most, but even then it's relatively cheap. So I'm going to do a bit of a review of it actually and give you an idea of what you're getting for your cheapest, shittiest guitar neck on eBay. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not bad. The rosewood, you can see, is a bit washed out there. I've got an example of this. Much better colour. This is another cheap Chinese neck from a Revelation that I've got, that I've just taken off my other guitars for the time being. But I suspect with a bit of oil, a bit of linseed oil, a bit of, you know, bit of a clean-up, that's going to come out and it's probably going to look a lot nicer. And the neck itself is pretty straight. I've took the not straight edge down it. It's got a little bit of a bow already, just a tiny one. But on the whole, it's pretty straight. And it's not warped or anything like that. So you've got, yeah, it's alright. It's maple on the back. It's rosewood fretboard. And, you know, in general, it seems okay for the money. So I would say, you know, if you want results, the good thing about this is you can just slam this on your guitar. You can set it up. You can get everything right. You can have something you can play on for a bit, and you can use that guitar while you're building a neck. And so you're getting those results, and that's the main purpose. And if it's shitty, then £26, you can just use it for like practice. I would even recommend getting these, so like practicing like inlay work, or practicing to do fret work, or all sorts of bits and bobs. You can just have it as a little test bed, and you can do that extra stuff on there. And I think that's pretty cool for the price, you know, like just as a dummy neck even. So even if it's a total fucking dumpster fire, right, you've still got a use for it. So in that case, it's not too bad. I mean, remember, this is a 10 for the price I paid for the Telecaster, the abortion caster. It's fucking horrible. Like, so in this case, it's not much of the worry. So this is why I'm kind of advocating it a bit. I mean, it's got a truss rod. You can kind of see down there that, you know, it looks adjustable. So I should be able to straighten it out a bit once I've got some pressure on the neck. I'm going to pick apart a few flaws in it here so you guys know what you're getting. You can probably see there's a little flaw there with some dye. There's another one here on the neck where they went a little bit over. These really aren't things that you're going to be that concerned about for £26. Cheap plastic nut. It's quite well stuck in actually, which is a bit gutting because I need to flip mine because I bought a righty neck. I'm going to go with a reverse headstock because it was cheaper. And there's some like bit of shittiness here. Again, quick 2 minutes with the file, probably going to fix it. There is a crack here. You can't really see it very well on camera, unfortunately. I don't think I can get it to focus enough to show you. Probably not, but there is like a little crack here, but it looks like it was a blowout from the router, a minor blowout, and they've just glued it back in place and then finished the routing job. It doesn't look like it's not large enough to cause any structural issues, even at the neck heel area. The actual cut here is better than this thing. This thing's like got a weirdly square edge and didn't quite fit my neck pocket, whereas this is actually seems to be 2 Fender spec. They'll have just got a CNC machine and built this motherfucker, man. Seriously, this will have come straight off the line. But yeah, so that's kind of why I might advocate this. And I quite like the glossy finish. I've ruined it with all my finger marks. But you kind of get something that looks like what you're aiming for. You get to play with it. And, you know, it's going to work. Oh, and the fretwork too. Yeah. There's actually no sharp frets on it, which I was surprised at. It could do with a little bit of work. But you're not going to cut your fingers on it. I think, you know, you definitely taking a chance with these. It's going to be an absolute shit shoot. Let's be honest here. You are taking a massive chance. But for the amount of money you pay, I would actually say, yeah, if you're doing your first build, get a shitty, cheap Chinese neck, stick it on and see how it works. I will be back when we find out if it's functional, because it's going to take us a little while with all that stuff. So that'll be on one of my later videos to do with the build. So hopefully you'll get the satisfaction of this being awful and seeing me swear at it and shit. But I'm actually quite happy for now. So there you go. £26. If you're doing it, maybe it's worth doing. Check out the shitty eBay neck and have a play with it. Maybe I'll end up liking it. Maybe I'll keep it. But then while you're making your posh, you know, like triple fucking Babinga with inlays and all that sort of thing, you got something to play on. So that's kind of my little wee, slightly hypocritical, but objective recommendation. I'm not going to give it 10 out of 10, but for the price, it's, you know, it's a solid 7 or 8, I'd say, for what you get. Not bad. Anyway, I'm going to get back to editing the fuck out of my other videos. I've got pretty far with the body build now. So we're going to see you later. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Have you ever played with the Chinese neck? Also, if any of you have had problems getting rosewood into the country since the new regulations have come in on rosewood, I'd like to know if anyone's actually had anything seized yet, because this didn't have any problems and some other bits I got didn't. But I'm curious if anyone's had an issue with that. But for the time being, you know, like, subscribe, you know all the bullshit. Go ahead, and we'll see you very, very soon with some more productive videos. See you soon.